Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm Andrew, this is Frogboy X1 Gaming. I've been covering AMD GPUs for a little over 14 months now since I bought one back in early July of 2023. I've basically been cheerleading and, covering AMD, out of a position of like, dang, this is awesome. I love this experience. But I'm going to be honest with you today. Today is the day that I need to be honest and completely upfront and tell you how things really are so that you understand what you're buying, because above all else, I wrote down like some notes here. Let me get into this. Sorry, this video might take a little while, but I've got some notes. I got some bullet points and stuff of some things that I want to talk about, because as a content creator, and when you start building a channel and you start, getting a lot of people that are showing up and they're listening to you, they're taking your advice, they're buying the products that you're recommending. I need to be 100%. I need to let you guys understand, or at least, be 100%, because that is pretty much the ethos of this channel, is honesty. Honesty has always been like my policy. I have found ways to like, kind of, do a little bit of salt, but my views, my takes are usually always honest, and they are always in the here and now. So I need you to like, just take that into consideration. Everything that I do is in the here and now, and I do try to cover each product as fairly as possible, but I'm not gonna sit here and try to tell you that there's never biased. Yeah, like everybody's biased, and it is what it is. But when you truly like something, you want to spread the good word. You want to talk about that product, and you want people to potentially pick up that product and enjoy it as much as you are. And that has always been the goal of Frogboy X1 Gaming. But let's go ahead and let's be honest about the AMD experience and how it's been for me. Takes too long to get new features. That's one of the bullet points that I wrote down. Like FSR 3.1 support for games, for older games, for newer games. The updates just do not come fast enough when you want to actually utilize your hardware, and that kind of sucks. But it's about the same anywhere you go, depending on, especially for older games. That's mainly my concern. I want older games to be upgraded in a much more, a lot quicker. But I know that's not an AMD fault per se. That is 100% up to developers to start bringing these features as they become available from AMD. But AMD needs to be able to get these features out a little bit faster. Now, some of this video might seem like a little bit like, oh my gosh, man, this guy's all of a sudden turning on AMD. No. Like, these are my real criticisms after like 14 months of utilizing AMD as a daily driver. Like, I love AMD, but there's some things that we need to get worked out. I want better support for AMD features a lot quicker than they come along. And yes, a lot of that has to do with developers not being willing to implement this stuff, but I would like to see as AMD, because here's the thing, with AMD having open source drivers, open source features, stuff like that, I would like to see developers put more of an effort into bringing these features to the AMD customers so that everybody can enjoy their games. I mean, Cyberpunk 2077 is an absolute freaking disaster for me right now. Like, I am so mad at CD Projekt Red for refusing to give us the latest and greatest features for AMD, and they make sure that NVIDIA gets them. So yes, I'm a little bit bitter with CDPR. I mean, The Witcher 3 is literally my favorite game of all time, but I could still be a little bit upset about that. So, FSR 4 AI upscaling. Now, we've heard talks about it. Like, nothing literally super official yet, just talks, Jack Wan talking to somebody else, kind of talking about like the AI, the FSR 4 and the AI use of it and stuff. I would like a little bit more clarity from AMD what's going on with that, because I think everybody wants more clarity. You've got NVIDIA with the you've got NVIDIA with DLSS. You have Intel with XeSS. They literally put out their first GPUs with AI upscaling, and AMD hasn't done it. Now, in all transparency, when I first bought into AMD, I didn't care. I didn't care if it had AI upscaling. I didn't care if it had upscaling at all, period. Like, I didn't care. But these are features that the community would like to see and know more about. These are features that should be on the cards so that people can stretch the length and longevity of their GPU purchases, because these cards are not getting any cheaper. They are actually getting more expensive as time goes on. So these are features that need to be a little bit better communicated. Now, on the 10th of October, there is going to be a talk from Lisa Su and AMD talking about the future integration of AMD or AI across all of AMD's product stack. Now, who knows how far back that's going to go, how far forward you do. There is, you know, AI accelerators on RDNA2, RDNA3, and the Forward stack going forward. When you listen to what Jack Wan was saying, when he was talking to, I think it was Tech Power Up or Hardware Unboxed, Tech Power Up probably, something, or Tom's Hardware. When he was talking about that, he was talking about increasing battery life, stuff like that, and talking about like ROG Ally. There's no freaking way in hell this dude's gonna mention ROG Ally as a proponent or an item that AI upscaling would help, unless it is absolutely going to be coming to that product. And if that is the case, then this is where I derive all of my, like, okay, this is my detective brain being like, all right, well, if dude's talking about ROG Ally and Lenovo Legion Go, then obviously this AI upscaling will support RDNA 3. RDNA 3 is across multiple products, from your PlayStation 5 Pro to your 7000 series GPUs, a lot of these new APUs that are coming out that are featuring these NPUs, these neural processing units, those still actually have RDNA 3 as their GPUs in there. So yes, there are a lot of products out there right now in the wild, RDNA 3, that actually have the ability to potentially run this AI software. And if it doesn't come to AMD's RDNA 3 stack, I would be extremely disappointed. Especially because it is coming to PlayStation 5 in PSSR. So I know the hardware is capable of doing it. If the PlayStation 5 Pro can do it, then I'm pretty sure our 7000 series GPUs, obviously if your ROG Ally and your Lenovo Legion Go are part of that stack, then yes, I would expect to have FSR for AI upscaling among these products so that everybody can utilize them. I personally, I'm kind of at a point where I like to use the upscaling when I'm down sampling. Like I've actually started using it a little bit more, to be completely honest with you, so I can push my resolution higher and then down sample. I'm a 3440 by 1440p nutcase now. Like I'm literally like ultra wide retard. Seriously, like I'm so freaking like. Dude, I'm like a 5-year-old for a Ninja Turtle for that damn ultra wide. That's how much I love it. Like, it's incredible. I literally am like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Really, I feel that way. I honestly do. Like, I'm not even joking. That LG freaking monitor is absolutely incredible. It looks really clean. The image quality just as good as my LG C2 and better because of the downsampling. It just looks incredible, my friends. I love it. I'm an ultra wide fan, big time. So yes, if I'm sitting here shilling ultra wide monitors, it's because I freaking love them, and I think you would too. Well, here's the use cases for that. I know this is a little tangent. Sorry about that. I do have like some kind of notes and stuff, but if we look at this in a real world situation for different types of games, open world games, racing games, simulator games, pretty much those types of games are absolutely incredible on the ultra-wide monitor. I mean, God of War Ragnarok looks fantastic on an ultra-wide monitor with the 800. Okay, I've played ultra-wide on the LG C2. You can lock your frame rate, or you can lock your resolution with black bars to 21.9, 34.9, or whatever. It looks significantly better with a curved screen. Significantly better. I mean, it is just bam, in your face, wraps around your peripheral vision. It's incredible. Trust me, if you ever tried it, you would be in love with it 100%. You would absolutely be in love with that. So, Game drivers, my friends, game drivers. Sometimes they actually come out on time. Sometimes, like right now, we literally are getting a new upgrade for AMD today with the AMD's fluid motion frames is no longer in the beta driver. It is now full on in the drivers. Like it is legitimately, that is what it is. Let me go ahead and let me just see if we can go in here. Let's go over here, check for an update. There we go, boom, there you go. 24.9.1 is downloading right now so that we can get this on there for you guys so that you guys can check out the new drivers. Because now, I'm not gonna do like the whole log, I'm just gonna kind of summarize through it. AMD's Fluid Motion Frames 2 is now available in the beta or in the drivers as like a feature. You've got better, you can utilize things like Radeon Chill. It works for Vulkan, it works for OpenGL. So you've got more things that you can actually use it with now. It's no longer just DX11 and DX12. Now it has support for more platforms and more APIs and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. I do like this feature. I think it's absolutely incredible if you have the right circumstances to utilize it. If you have the right, like, you know, like frame rate, or you're playing the right game, it can look absolutely incredible, and it can absolutely look like trash too. So it's like hit or miss, man. Sometimes you're gonna love it and you're gonna really appreciate it, and sometimes you're just gonna be like, man, that is trash, I'm turning it off. So yeah. So that's pretty much the things, you know, like those three things where it takes so long to get new features. That was under that category for that. Now we're going to move on to uncertainty about new features like the AI. I have no idea about the AI capabilities of my 7900 XTX. No real information, or it's too hard to find more information, or what information is available is very inconsistent and vague. And this is something that's really been bugging me, because as you know, I made a 5090 video the other day, and I made that out of this reason that we're talking about right now, is because I personally want to try to utilize AI on the channel to make it better. I want to be able to, you know, kind of create a, you know, like a chat bot. It's kind of like a chat bot, but it would sit here and while I'm like talking to you guys, you know, like where I'm like reviewing a product or something. Toxic Toad, that's his name. It'd be Toxic Toad, obviously, you know, one of the monikers from the channel. Toxic Toad would be here yelling in my ear or talking back to me, telling me all the negative comments that are on the channel, bro. Like I want to bring that to the channel. I think it would be super funny. That would be so cool. That would be cool. So yeah. Not knowing what my AMD, because I want to be able to run it locally, natively. I want to be able to download the LLMs. I want to be able to train my very own chatbot. I want to be able to train them, you know, give them like the pointers, like, hey, when I say this or this keyword, you respond back with this. You know, I want it to be a smooth thing, like almost like a conversation. Like we're sitting here and like you're talking to like, you know, somebody. I want it to be like a real interactive thing. Obviously I could just get somebody and have like another human do it, but I think this would be cool, and I want to see if this tech could actually deliver that for me. And I've been doing a lot of research, man. I have a lot of freaking research to try to put this together. I've been going through and I've been saving all the comment sections and everything, you know, getting all the really nasty freaking feedback and just, you know, putting them in there, because Toxic Toad is just going to be super toxic. Super toxic, you know, and yeah, and I'm going to try to be less toxic, you know, kind of, I don't know. I think it would bring a pretty cool dynamic experience to the channel. I want to do something new, something different, something out there that like nobody else is doing. And now probably somebody's going to take my idea and start doing it. But remember, you saw it here first. I had the idea. Today is Tuesday, October 1. And yeah, that was my idea for it. Okay, guys. Yeah, so the information is vague. It's inconsistent. I don't really know what's going on. Now, I've seen benchmarks of people showing that, like, oh yeah, dude, 7900 XTX, it can store and run full-on language models. You can store all the information because of the 24 gigs of VRAM. VRAM is very important for your overall, like, for your AI. And you know, like 4-bit, 8-bit, 16-bit, stuff like that, trying to figure out exactly what the 7900 XTX can actually do. Is one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, dude, I want to know, like, how many tops does my card have? Like, there's no marketing, there's no nothing about it. Like, it's one of those features where I think they were cagey. Like, AMD was like, I don't know if we want to do it, you know, in the public, or is it gonna like freaking, you know, eat our M1 300s or whatever? Is it gonna, like, you know, take a bite out of that? Should we make them capable? Should we make them less capable? I don't know. I don't know. But they are going to be merging CDNA and RDNA when they do the UDNA, whenever that's going to come out. They're going to start merging all this, so we're going to be able to get all this stuff eventually anyways. So I kind of just think they should rip the Band-Aid off right now, tell us exactly what our 7900 XTXs can do, and sell out of them very fastly. Just rip the Band-Aid off. I know it might come toward toward their enterprise products or whatever, but yeah, sell off the 7900 XTX stack, 7900 XT, 7900 GRE, get rid of those, let the AI people have them, and then move forward if they're move forward with their plan. So, and that leads us right into the next section, which is no high-end RDNA 4 for the lack of a high-end enthusiast model for AMD with RDNA 4 has got my blood literally boiling, and I'm not joking. In a way, it kind of feels like AMD is like, all right, man, we got you in here, we like you, you like us, but man, now we got to send you back over to NVIDIA because you're a YouTuber and you have to have the newest and greatest equipment so that people will watch you and make you feel relevant. Man, the decisions. Now, I know that I can easily just buy the 8800 XT, and I will. I'm not 100% dead set on like, oh my gosh, I'm getting a 5090. I mean, like, the money's allocated. It's almost pretty much a done deal. You know, I mean, if it really does have 36 gigs of VRAM, if it's really pushing everything that they say it's going to, you bet your bottom dollar that might get me to my goal with my AI stuff a lot faster. Now, here's the thing. I would much rather do this on AMD's platform. I would much rather show it off on AMD's platform. I would much rather my 7900 XTX be capable of doing this and pulling this off and making that a reality. But truth be told, CUDA is the #1 platform for AI applications. There's no getting around that. All of my research points me back to that. But then again, I also think a lot of my research that I've been doing is from biased people that are 100% shilling. And I believe that. I honestly believe that with every fiber of my damn being, that, like, I feel like AMD can do it, but I feel like I'm being shilled toward another product. And I don't like that feeling. I feel like it feels a little damn scummy. Now, I don't have a problem with NVIDIA. I would absolutely use their products. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the things that I have to give up on AMD to do the NVIDIA products. I don't want to do that. Like, I really don't want to do that. I'm literally fighting tooth and nail to keep a hold of my AMD experience. Like, I love AMD experience a lot. You really don't understand how much I care about it and how much I love it and just how incredible it makes my gaming experience. But I need more. I'm a content creator. I need more, and I don't want to be funneled towards a product that I don't want to be funneled towards a product just because, obviously we're going to talk about step like number 4 right now, just because there are not enough developers out there creating and utilizing this stuff for the AMD stack. Now, the products and the hardware is capable, but we need developers. We need smarter people than me out there creating these programs and creating these things for AMD users. We need that badly. Absolutely. I am an AMD fan through and through. Like, I love their products. I love that they go out of their way to try to bring affordable gaming to the mid-range at a reasonable price with enough power to literally get the job done. And, you know, guys, honestly, man, I used to be like a really big graphics whore. Like that was the thing. I was like, and I mean, it still even bleeds through sometimes these days. And I'm like, yeah, man, I gotta have my graphics. I gotta have my graphics. And you know, the more I think about ray tracing and what it does, the performance that it takes away from the experience, even with DLSS. Like, guys, I'm not lying when I say that I don't really care much for DLSS. Like, I don't, and I'm probably not going to care much for FSR4. Like, I'm probably going to be in the same pickle, the same thing when it comes to that. Am I going to shill FSR4 if it looks good enough? Absolutely. You absolutely know I'm going to do that. Like, why wouldn't I? I'm excited about AMD. The other features that I'm not really like, I don't really care about, those are still features that I can help, that I can use, you know, to, you know, be happy about this product and help other people see that, like, oh yeah, dude, I can be happy about it. Because that's basically what it all is, man. It all literally comes down to influence at the end of the day. And right now, the influence that NVIDIA has, that kind of freaks me out, guys. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, it kind of freaks me out. It's like, dang, dude, they got all this influence. They're charging you guys. I mean, they're probably going to charge us $2,500 for 5090s. They're probably going to charge us a lot of money, and we're going to pay it, like, because we're probably going to need it. Like, I mean, I guess I could just give up on my whole AI dream, but I don't want to do that. I think that I want to put a little more time, a little more effort into this, and I want to see if I can actually get it up and running, and show you guys what could be and what potentially could, like, because it takes a long time to start training these models and, you know, getting them to a point where it's like a really, really good, you know, back and forth between Frog Boy and Toxic Toad. It would be cool, man. It would be freaking cool. So yeah, those are my ideas, and that's the thing. It's like with AI or with, you know, it's like okay, so this is the next part. You know, the lack of marketing and willing to promote features over on AMD is, I don't necessarily know if that's the thing, because they do market, they do promote. I do see them, you know, if you're following them on AMD and stuff like that, but I don't see them on the TV. I don't ever really see a lot of ads for AMD. I don't. And I see them everywhere for NVIDIA. They're literally everywhere, you know, beyond fast and blah, blah, everything. Just everything is always about NVIDIA. It's like boom, 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 boom. You're just getting hit over and over and over and over again. NVIDIA is the best. NVIDIA is the king. They got a lot more money. They got a lot more reach. They got a lot more power. It is what it is. AMD is damn good at what they do. There's a lot of misinformation out there about AMD and what these cards can do, and just what it is, in fact, that AMD does. It's crazy. It's madness. You know, there's, oh my gosh, the drivers are trash. The drivers are just fine, my friends. They're just fine. I don't have any problems with the AMD drivers. Yeah, look, it's already, oh, I can install it. Boop. Let me install that. There you go. There's my drivers installing. So I don't have the problems with the AMD drivers. I usually, there's been a few times, like, I'll download the driver and I'll turn it on, I'll play around. If I don't restart my PC, then maybe I'll have like a couple of problems or something. But if I restart the PC, usually it's fine. I know that the only time I've really ever had problems is when I first start using like a beta driver. Maybe that first, you know, couple of installs or times that I install it, it might have some funkiness with it. The last time I actually, when AMD's Fluid Motion Frames 2 launched into beta, I had some issues with that, so I deleted it, and then I like did the utility cleanup, and then I came back in and I was able to use it just fine. So marketing, man. Marketing is a big thing. I would like to see a little bit more marketing behind AMD. I do kind of feel like they are 100% focused more on that mobile unit versus, you know, and the like the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X. They are growing their base, and they are building a pretty decent foundation, at least in my opinion. Especially when it comes to consumer electronic products. I think AMD is doing a very good job, and I think they are taking and winning the battles that matter to them in the moment. Like, they are fighting those battles and they are winning them. Is it realistic for me to expect them to put out a Halo product for me to purchase this generation? Yeah, it is. They put out one last generation. I would like to have that option. I would absolutely like to have that option. And if they don't, then I'll reassess my needs after this AI showcase that they're going to show here on the 10th. I will reassess I'll reassess what I'm thinking. You know, I'll be like, okay, so what am I gonna do? Do I, you know, get the 8800 XT and hope that it can do what I need to do? Do I buy the 5090 on top of that and just buy 2 of them? Do I build a whole nother freaking PC just so that I can still continue to use my 7900 XTX as my gaming PC only? Like, my options, you know, I feel constrained, and I don't like that. I don't like feeling like I can't move forward if I absolutely need to, have to, or want to. And that, to me, my friends, feels claustrophobic. I'm not even gonna lie. I do not want to feel claustrophobic. I want to know that I can have faith in my ability to utilize AMD as my platform of choice and still consistently be able to increase and modify and make that experience better. I would like to see AMD put a lot more effort into clarification. That's one big thing for me. I would like more clarification on what they are thinking, what's going forward, what they plan to do, their plans for the hardware, you know, just more clarification, at least in the here and now for the products that are already out. I would like more clarification from that. I want to know what their plans are and what they're feeling a little bit sooner of what these products are going to do. Like, we are at the end of the generation of the 7000 series GPUs, and I don't even think we've scratched the surface of what these GPUs can do. I feel like they are not getting the full breadth of power that they could be because of a lack of support in drivers and stuff like that. Like, I think they could do significantly better than what we're getting. I do. I've played through AMD's full stack: 7600 XT, 7800 XT, 7900 XT, and XTX 7900 XTX. I've played through these. I've seen just how consistent the graph moves up from each card and how well they perform in each of their segments. These are amazing cards. Like, from the bottom to the top, they are damn good, and they feel far more consistent than you would ever expect. Putting in one, swapping that card out with another one, no driver touching, nothing. It's consistent. Like, the experience just feels like, oh wow, that is definitely better. But dang, that was good. You know what I mean? Like, I know that like AMD can do significantly better than what they're doing, but I just don't think they have I just wish they had more research and development, and that comes into the last part of this video. I'm going to close with this, my friends. I'm pretty steadfast in wanting to be there and support AMD. Like, I am. Even if I end up getting a 5090 for my AI needs, I will still be buying the newest top-end AMD GPU, next generation, to show that off on the channel and to hopefully get people excited, bring people in. My kind of mindset, this is my mindset with AMD. And this, like, honestly, you would do this with anybody. Like, if you loved your dog, you would do this. If you loved your thing, like, this is like a love that is like, okay, I love this. I want to nurture this. I want to help it grow and make it stronger. That's what I want to do. I have a platform that I can do that. Now, I'm not here to fill you with false hope or fill you with misinformation or any of that crap. No. I want you to know that I love AMD. I think it's incredible. I think that 90% of people out there would easily be happy with AMD. Like, I do feel like if you're a gamer, it's going to deliver a gaming experience that is going to be good. That's going to be more than efficient, more than sufficient for you to be able to enjoy that. Like, I don't ever question, like, seriously, my gaming experience on AMD, like, I never question it. I put it in, I play it, and I enjoy it. Like, I don't even care. I just hit max, boom, and I start playing my games. And it's cool. Like, I have zero arguments with that there. In terms of like ray tracing and next gen features and stuff like that, that's an NVIDIA thing. If I wanted that, I'd go buy an NVIDIA GPU, but that is just not as important enough to me as the feature set that I get with AMD already. It's not, yeah, they don't weigh the same. They don't weigh the same. Ray tracing weighs very little. AMD Adrenalin software is very heavy for me. It's just boom, it's stacked. It's got way more weight. than the ray tracing is ever going to carry. DLSS, FSR, I don't even use these technologies often enough to care about either one of them to a point where it would tilt my decision either way. I just don't care. Like, I've lived my whole life playing consoles, checkerboards, all of that. Whatever. I don't care about checkerboard rendering. I don't care about any upscaling. I don't care about it. I do use it from time to time when I'm downscaling or when I'm pushing my resolution higher, downsampling. It gives me that frame rate back, and that's cool. Like if I can't hit 60, I just turn it on to try to get there so that I can downsample. You can't even tell FSR is on once you're doing that. Like it doesn't even matter. Like any of the stuff that people complain about is completely gone just by downsampling anyway. So it doesn't matter. You're just literally flipping it on for the performance boost, and that is all you're getting. All of your image quality stuff already looks pristine, so it doesn't really matter. Now, let me get back on track. So yeah, I'm pretty steadfast in my desire to cover AMD, to be a positive place or platform for AMD, and to be able to help people that buy AMD be able to get the best that they can get out of that experience. So as time goes on, I'll start to update, some of the videos that I've already made. I'll start to update some of the features and all of that stuff, start making some more AMD focused content to try to build that, community up around the AMD stack, and, try to help people find a way to be able to love AMD like I do. I love AMD. I think it's incredible. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video. I wanted to be honest with you guys. I wanted to give you guys a kind of an insight into my thinking and how things are going right now, so that you can make the best decision possible when it comes to buying a GPU. Because like I said, my friends, these are not cheap. And I would much rather be stuck with more VRAM than less VRAM on a brand new game that I want to play. I would much rather be stuck, I play a lot of games. I think I play enough games to where my recommendations for what I'm playing on absolutely matter. Absolutely matter. I play a lot of freaking games. I buy so many games every year that the amount of games that I go through, I would say, and I actually play a lot of them. Like, I don't play everything all the way through, but I play a lot of these games all the way through on my AMD experience, and I freaking love it. I love it. Like, I don't experience as much stutter as I did on the NVIDIA GPUs. Like, I was always getting more of that micro stutter on NVIDIA than I ever do on AMD. I feel like I've got better color reproduction with using, AMD's color stuff. I feel like it's better. I don't feel like it's better. When I look at it, it looks better to my eye. The overall density in the visuals look better to my eye. Now, people tell me I'm crazy all the time, and I don't really care what, I don't care. Like, I see what I see with my own eyes, and it looks better. I am more like, ooh, gosh, that looks good when I'm on AMD, and I'm like, wow, that looks really crispy on freaking NVIDIA. Like, oh, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks better on AMD to my eye, and that's fine. Like, I can have that. Like, that's okay. You can do that. If it looks good to you, it's fine. You don't have to justify anything to anyone, and I never will. I like what I like. I'm a grown-ass man, and I go to my work every day, and I make my own money so that I can buy the stuff that I want to buy, and AMD is what I want to buy. So, all right, my friends, thank you so much for watching this. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I want to try to do videos a little bit more like this, to where I'm kind of writing down notes. I'm taking, I want to try to stay on track a little bit more. I don't know if, these videos are not going to be like every day. These videos are going to be a little bit more few and far between. These are the videos that I'm going to actually put more work into and stuff like that, to try to make them better, to give you a better viewing experience. So thanks for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Today is October 1st. I would really like to get to 10,000 subscribers before my birthday on the 21st. We got 20 days. That'd be awesome if we could get there, but we'll see you guys. Thanks for watching.